But like you got to get 5 to 7 touches. Let's talk digital touches, guys. Let's not make this weird. But you got to get 5 to 7 touches there in the next couple of weeks. And people want to know you if you provide a value to them. So you got to give them something that's of value. If you're going to meet a realtor, then you want to give them that something that gives them value, right? And it's like, hey, by the way, here's the top 5 reasons why somebody might consider new instead of used. Like, give them stuff they can use when they talk to their clients. Give them talking points to, hey, by the way, have you, when you're talking to a new client, have you ever tried asking them, would you also consider looking at new homes? That one question will change most realtors into a referral source because they don't think about it. I had a really good realtor that I became friends with when I was a salesperson. And I said, do you ask your new potential clients the question, would you consider new as well as used? Just asking that one question, they're like, I never thought about asking people that. Because they just go to MLS and just look at what's on MLS. They're not thinking new as opposed to used. And guys, for a home to be built, those aren't listed. So they're not going to find them on MLS, right? And it's like, or saying things like this, you should write this down, saying things like this to a realtor. After you've met them, send them a text that says, by the way, I have 37 listings we could pay you commission on if you have a buyer. And whatever the number I'm giving you is, think of it this way. Every possible floor plan you could build on every possible home site you could build it on. If you counted that up, what is it? Because those are like hidden listings, so to speak. It's not really a listing, but like it is one that you could pay them commission on. Just to pique their curiosity and make them go, wait a minute, there's 37 possible listings that he has that I could get paid on.
Maybe I should go out there.
Yeah, they might go, what are you talking about? And then you could send them a response of, I have this many floor plans, this many communities, this many home sites we build here, 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 and here. Don't make it too long, but it's like here's a snippet of everything I do. Does that make sense? I've got homes. Here's another thing you could send to realtors. I have homes ranging from this size to this size, from this many bedrooms to this many bedrooms in the following 7 cities. That's a Brady thing, but for you, it's Sheridan. But Brady, name all the towns you can build in. I build in here, 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 and here. I go from this size to this size, this many bedrooms to this many bedrooms, this price point to this price point. Do you have anybody who would consider new in that range in those areas?
Yeah,
Like
we're
that
builders,
just
not showers. We don't have anything listed, but we're growing business.
well, yeah, I mean, it's like we don't list a home to be built, is kind of what you're
Right.
saying, but it is a
Yeah.
listing technically. And then it's like the follow up to that is, do you have anybody who would be, consider one of those as a new? And they're going to go, hmm. But all you're doing is creating top of mind awareness for that sphere of influence, which our strongest sphere of influence is realtors. But let's talk about adding to sphere of influence. So local events, meeting and greeting, right?
So I have a great one tonight, Aaron. I just got uh, accepted. I'm going to be on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce here in Sheridan. So
Yeah.
tonight they have a meet, like a social hour at Century 21 real estate office. That's just for chamber staff and board, and to thank them for being a sponsor.
Yeah. That's awesome. And anytime you can slide in something about what you do into whatever
Yeah.
you're saying, right?
Yeah.
I was just at the Build Expo in Phoenix this week, and an event that they basically offered for me to come and speak at these events. They're all over the country, but the one this week was in Phoenix. Like the keynote speaker, they had three keynote speakers. One of them was great. The other two were kind of eh. But the guy who was great, he was really smooth. He would like kind of go a little bit down a rabbit trail, and because he was talking about, like in this one, he was talking about how to manage cash flow for a builder. But in the middle of it, he goes, and there's some really great AI tools that you can actually use that will, be really great for your workflow. They really cost nothing and they'll increase your efficiency by like 37%. But I don't have time to get into that right now, but I am speaking on that this afternoon at 2:30 in room 161. And then he continued on with his thing. And he kind of made a joke about it. He's like, plug number one, and then he's like,
Right.
but moving on. And he moved on, but he did it in kind of a humorous fashion. And I think if you use a little bit of self-deprecating humor and say things like, plug number one, it was funny. Everybody kind of chuckled. Well,
The
later
truth
I
sells
was
it.
kind of auditing this whole thing. I walked down the hallways. There's like 16 classrooms. His was the most full classroom during the 2:30 session. So it just, those are the types of things you might pick somebody up here and there, but it just becomes top of mind awareness. Other things to add to your sphere of influence is add everyone on socials, right? We talked about that. It's also um, listen to those around you talking about homes. Happens all the time. Um, and then we'll talk about this one. Intentionally and repeatedly have a scheduled time every week that you go out and walk into real estate offices, banks, title companies, um, and prospect and meet people, right? I mean, it's not just real estate offices, guys. Did you know that most title companies know all the best realtors? Did you know that most banks know all the best realtors? And they also know people who are looking for mortgages, right? So any of those things that you can do to try and get those things tweaked, it's good. Find the right people, get in front of them, and get your sphere of influence increased. So let me put this in here. Whoop. Um, I mean, you want to touch them 5 to 7 times in the 2 weeks following meeting them. So, other things you can do, you can get booths at events. Now, this costs money, moving into the cost money. This costs money, but you can like set up booths at events, sponsor events, right? And get in front of people. I think it depends on the event, and you got to be careful because you can waste a lot of money. But having that opportunity, and then the other thing is, you kind of have to have a purple cow. You have to have something that makes you memorable. Um, when you're going to do those types of things, it's like Uh,
The last one I went to, I wore a polyester suit. They'll never forget.